I ask myself, do I have a GCF for this expression? I definitely do, because the first coefficient is negative. What number divides evenly into negative 48, positive 4, and 2? My GCF is 2. When I factor negative 2. When I factor negative 2 out of negative 48x squared, that's positive 24x squared. Negative 2 divided out of 4x is negative 2x. And negative 2 divided out of 2 is negative 1. Yeah, it's true. Negative 2 divided out of 2 is negative 1. If you need to write the little division symbols in there with the negative 2, then you go ahead and do that, but it's not required. Now for my factors, I'm only factoring what's left inside the parenthesis. I still write my GCF. That is part of my answer. That's what it means to factor completely. But I'm only thinking about what's in the parentheses when I set up my area model. 24x squared and minus 1. Now in this case, what times what makes 24x squared? There are a lot of factor pairs that could work with that. We could have, again, I'm starting with 1 and I am making an organized list. We could have 1 times 24. We could have 2 times 12. We could have 3 times 8. And we can have 4 times 6. And then for this one here, I don't really have many choices for that. I have negative 1 and positive 1 are going to multiply together to make that. It really doesn't matter what position they're in, because the choices are actually going to come from these. So what choices should we try? Want to try 3 and 8? Okay. So I'm going to put 3x here and I'm going to put 8x here. 3x times 1 is 3x. And 8x times negative 1 is negative 8x. If I combine these two terms, then I would get negative 5x. And that is not what I want. So clearly the 3x and the 8x are not the choices that I need. That's okay. I am going to erase and try again. What else can we try? Let's try 2 and 12. Okay, let's do 2x times 12x. 2x times 1 would be 2x. 12x times negative 1 would be negative 12x. When I combine negative 12x plus 2x, I would get negative 10x. And that is, again, not what I want. No big deal. I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it didn't work. I'm going to try 4 and 6. Let's do 6x here. Let's do 4x here. 4x times 1 is 4x. 6x times negative 1 is negative 6x. Negative 6x plus 4x. That is equal to negative 2x. And that is what I wanted for my middle term. So, my factors. 4x minus 1 and 6x plus 1. At this point, you should be ready to take this process and then move on to using it to find your x-intercepts. And we're not going to use an area model this time. We're just going to follow the exact same procedure and see what happens. First, you look for a GCF. Then you write 0 equals whatever that GCF is and set up these double parentheses. If your GCF is 1, you don't have to write anything. Then you ask yourself, what multiplied by what will make the first term? You list the factor pairs for the last term, and then you do trial and error with the signs until you find the right one. Sometimes this is switched, where you only have one choice for the last term, but you have many choices for the first term. The process is the same. Remember, when you're talking about the signs, you have to ask yourself, are you using plus plus? Are you using minus minus? Or are you using some kind of mix of positive and negative for your numbers? And then you know that you're finished factoring when there are no more x squared terms. You don't have any more of those. And then you're going to use the zero product property, lovingly known as the ZPP, if you need to find the x-intercepts. This is the process we're going to follow in the next video to do these last two examples.